All right, this is a simple dish here that takes 30 minutes or less. It tastes great, it's less filling, and you catch a buzz while you create it. So that's why I got the different drinks, because whatever you're going to marinate your meat in or whatever, you get to, you don't want to waste the alcohol, so you get to drink the rest of it. So this dish I'm going to make here is a bourbon maple pecan chicken, which is the chicken's been marinated in bourbon. This one here is tossed with a salad. It pretty much goes with anything. You can put it over rice, mashed potatoes, whatever. I'm mostly going to talk about the chicken today, how to prepare that. It's simple. It only requires these 5 ingredients. You can do without the liquor if you've got kids or something. I usually marinate the chicken for 30 minutes or more, depends on how strong you want the bourbon. You use wine or vodka, whatever. And I also marinate the chopped pecans in the bourbon as well. So first thing you want to do is pour yourself a drink, get that going, so you feel a little calm, and then get the chicken out and the ingredients. You're going to use 1.5 pounds of chicken, use a half cup of the mayonnaise, 3/4 cup of the syrup, and a 60-ounce bag of pecans, and a bottle of bourbon, whatever you choose. That's up to your discretion. You're going to first start out preheating the oven to 400. Once you got the oven preheated, you're going to move on to prepping the chicken. I always cover a little piece of plastic over the chicken because you don't want to squirt your juice when you're hammering your meat. So, you don't want the juices to go all over and be salmonella. So first you want to hammer the meat into 1/2-inch thick cutlet. And while you got the chicken all ready, then you're going to move on to the syrup and mayonnaise. You use like a couple teaspoons of mayonnaise and 3/4 of the syrup. You really want more syrup than mayonnaise because it's more sugary, tastes better, and the mayonnaise is just the oil in there to help it soften and moisten the chicken. So there you mix it up to its nice consistency, and then you also have the crushed pecans. So you're going to set up a little display table. You're going to have your chicken, you're going to have your mayonnaise mixture, you're going to have your pecans all in little dishes. And you're going to have a baking pan and you're going to put it all on eventually. So you're going to get the chicken, dip it in the sauce, all the way around both sides on that, and then you're going to put it in the pecans. Make sure the pecans is covered on both sides or it's not going to be that good. It's going to miss spots, it's going to be bare, it's not going to have a good taste. So once you got all of the chicken in there and put it in the pan, then this is what it's going to look like when you put it on the pan. You got to make sure you had a pan with some foil on it or nonstick spray if you don't want a lot of cleanup afterwards. So that's what it looks like covered with the pecans. You can always go back over it later and put some more pecans over it because you want to make sure they fall off when you put them on there. You want it on really well. So then after you get the chicken in the oven, you're going to want to do some cleanup. And while you're doing cleanup, you're going to scrub everything down, sanitize it, make sure everything's clean. Anything you touch the chicken on is going to cause salmonella and food poisoning, and you don't want that. The chicken, you want to make sure you cook that to be 165 degrees or until you push it and clear juice comes out. If not, salmonella, food poisoning, you don't want that. So once you got everything cleaned up, time for another drink. And then you can move on to pulling it out of the oven with an oven mitt. You want to make sure you use that because it's going to be hot. You don't want to burn your hands. Those are cookies, but it shows an example. So you pull the chicken out, you flip them over so they brown on the other side after about 10 minutes. You're going to cook the chicken for 20 minutes total. So once you pull it out, you flip them, put it back in. And this is what it's going to look like when you're done. It's going to be nice and crispy on the outside, tender on the inside, and like I said, you can pair it with anything. This one here, I just tossed a salad together while it was the chicken was cooking. It goes well with rice. You can mashed potatoes, sweet potatoes, pretty much anything. The main thing is cooking the chicken and having it crisp and well done to 170 degrees. So as you can see, Dinner with a Buzz was easy to make dinner. It's cheap and expensive, and you get to catch a buzz along the way.